When you have just moved to Germany, people will undoubtedly ask you, do you have life insurance? Health insurance? What about insurance for your washing machine? TV? Toaster? No? Why not? And you ask yourself, what the hell is wrong with these people? But don't worry. After this video, you will know why Germans love insurances almost more than they love beer, and which ones you really need, and which ones are total bullshit.
Что такое? You want to make video about insurance? You stupid or what?
We all are, if you take the wrong one.
I only have one insurance. Always have with me.
Sorry bro, I'm pretty sure that's illegal here.
You know what insurance company make with your money? Here, biggest insurer in Germany, Allianz. They build tower like that one, sit on top and make
That may be true, and this is exactly why we need to make this video, right? So they can't build as many useless towers anymore. Let's get started. Alright, the average German has 8 different insurances. Can you guess how many I have? You guessed right. I'm not a typical German. All the Germans watching this right now are going like, you crazy? In Germany we have 2 types of insurances. The mandatory ones and the voluntary ones. The mandatory insurances in Germany, which everybody has to have, is the health insurance, care insurance, unemployment insurance, and pension insurance. If you are an employee, you cannot option out of them. And let me tell you, those insurances add up to a lot of money each year. They don't have a fixed fee, but are relative to your monthly salary and taken directly from it without the money ever arriving in your bank account. So let's say your salary is 3,500 euro per month, which is around the national average. You would have to pay more than 700 euro in insurance fees per month. If you sum it up, that's 8,500 euro a year. That's a lot of money! But before you scream,
We want the pension insurance to be optional!
just hear me out. If the state wouldn't make this insurance mandatory, and let's say something would happen to you and you can't work anymore for the rest of your life, the German state would have to pay for all your living expenses. And they will, because we are a social state.
Are you a communist? Are you a communist? I swear to God, tell me right now if you're
No, I'm not a communist, I swear! Yeah, in Germany, if you can't work, or even if you don't want to work, the state doesn't let you starve to death. They give you a flat, a health insurance, and 450 euro pocket money each month.
Sounds pretty communist if you ask me.
If you want to know more about the great welfare system in Germany, go watch this video right here. It's already a couple of years old, but still one of my all-time favorites. So, to finance this whole welfare state system, the country needs to have a lot of mandatory and high insurances to cover everybody's needs, even if you don't want to. Because you don't know what's best for you. The government does. But lucky for me, there are a few loopholes. You only have to pay all 4 mandatory insurances if you are an employee. And because I'm a YouTuber, which is basically a freelancer, I don't have to pay unemployment insurance. I guess because they think I'm already kind of unemployed. And no pension insurance, which is awesome and saves me a big chunk of money each month. I can buy some more sweet Bitcoin with, and not having to lose everything to inflation. So, I told you earlier that Germans have on average 8 insurances. 4 we did cover already with the mandatory ones, but then there's another 4 they just get by themselves. Yeah, I don't get it either. But anyway, which ones are they, and are they making any sense for you? Maybe? The most common one is the Haftpflichtversicherung. Beautiful German word, I know. The Haftpflichtversicherung is a liability insurance, which 66% of all people here have. That means if you break something from someone else, not on purpose of course, they will cover for you. I don't know a single German who doesn't have that one. Even I have it, but I only have it because it's mandatory to have if you want to fly a drone here. And I love flying my drone, you know. And I'm a good citizen who obeys the law, okay? A liability insurance costs around 5 euro per month and will save you a lot of money if you're a clumsy person or just very unlucky. If you're one of those people, you should definitely get one. Alright, before we move on, I want to talk about something that you need much more than any of the following insurances. And that is a VPN client. Which brings us to today's sponsor, NordVPN. It's technically not an insurance, but it ensures your online privacy and protects your data. Whenever you're online, whatever website you browse, your IP address is public. And that exposes you to advertisers, to hackers, to governments. You decide which one's worst. And this is exactly why you need a VPN client, like NordVPN. NordVPN is one of the most trustworthy and the fastest provider out there. There's no data logging, there's no day going by where I don't use it on my phone, on my computer. I don't want to be tracked. I'm German, I value my privacy. Remember Stasi? It's safe, it's fast, and it's just one click away. Let's see. Today I want the internet to think I'm in Africa. Boom! I'm in Africa. Took me 1 second. And did you know that a VPN client can actually save you a lot of money? Most streaming platforms have different prices for different countries. So by simply changing your virtual location, you can save up to 90% on some subscriptions. So if you don't already have it, go to nordvpn.com/radicalliving to get a 2-year plan plus 1 additional month with a huge discount. And if you're still not completely sure if you need it, you can try it risk-free for 30 days with a money-back guarantee. You're welcome. Okay, back to insurances. The second most common one, which 65% of people have, is the Kfz-Versicherung, the car insurance. But in Germany, if you have a car, you have to have car insurance. So it's not really voluntary, but having a car is, so... Depending on what kind of car you have, insurance ranges from only 10 euro a month to more than 100 euro per month. It really depends. Anyway, next on the list with 58% of people being insured in is the Hausratsversicherung. Household insurance in English. This one insures all the stuff that is in your flat or house, but not the flat itself. So let's say someone breaks in while you're on holiday and takes all your stuff. Or there's a fire and your furniture gets damaged. This insurance will cover those things. So in my opinion, this one makes only sense if you have a lot of expensive furniture or electronics at home, or you generally live in a bad neighborhood with a lot of break-ins happening. You can get one from already 7 euro per month, but if you don't have many valuables at home, it's not really worth getting it. Okay, next we have, with 41% of people being insured in, is the Rechtsschutzversicherung, which is a legal expense insurance. Germans love to sue people. Not nearly as much as Americans love it, but they do. For the stupidest reasons. Your tree is ranging 2 centimeters into my property? That's against the law. I'm not gonna ask you to cut it. I'm gonna sue the shit out of you. And because a lot of Germans are like that, the other Germans are scared to become poor and are all getting the Rechtsschutzversicherung. Legal disputes here are quite expensive. The fees for the lawyers, the court hearings, ranging sometimes over many years, can quickly add up to tens of thousands of euro. For the Rechtsschutzversicherung, there isn't one that covers every aspect of life, but they are divided into 4 main categories of work, living, traffic and personal affairs. So you would have to get at least 4 different ones to cover it all, which will set you back at least 40 euro per month, which is quite expensive if you have it for a couple of years. Of course, you can never foresee what's going to happen, but in my opinion, it only really makes sense if you see some legal trouble somewhere brewing in the horizon. Then it will save you a lot of money, and you can say,
I'm gonna sue the shit out of this city.
Because they don't only help you when you are being sued, but also if you want to sue someone. Justifiably, of course. Alright, moving on to the Unfallversicherung! Literally accident insurance. To be honest, I never heard of this insurance before making this video, but 38% of Germans think it's worth having. And it all makes sense. German people are big worriers. And all these insurances at least give them the feeling of security. This one does exactly what it sounds like. If you are unlucky enough to get in any form of accident and you lose a leg, for example, you will get a monetary compensation for it. Also, if the accident happens in a remote place and you have to be rescued, this insurance will cover all the arising expenses. It's kind of a morbid insurance, but if you really do lose a leg, you may need the compensation money to refurnish your apartment accustomed to your new needs. For a normal person, I wouldn't say this insurance makes much sense, but if you are an adrenaline junkie who loves to do some form of extreme sports, or you just ride your bike a lot through the city, it may not be the worst idea. And they already start from 7 euro per month. The last one on the list is the Lebensversicherung, with 29% of Germans having it, which is a super high number, which I would have never expected. No wonder those insurance companies can build these towers everywhere. Life insurances have gotten a very bad reputation over the last decade. And that for a very good reason. They're expensive, complicated, and your return of investment is basically non-existent. At least for the traditional ones, where you not only insure your life, but also save up an extra pension. These ones make no sense at all nowadays, due to low interest rates and high inflation. You will lose money with them, not make some. Though the ones only insuring your life, without the saving up part, may still make sense for some people that are doing life-threatening activities on a regular basis and simultaneously have a big family to provide for. But for the average Joe, a life insurance is a complete waste of money. Trust me. Doesn't matter how many insurances you have, you will never know what's going to happen. Life is unpredictable. You can't be insured against everything. Although I'm sure some Germans would if they could. But what you can be certain about is that the moment you want to make a claim at one of those insurance companies, they will try to look for any loophole they can find not to pay you. And then you paid all those insurance fees all those years for nothing. And the people at the top of the tower keep making. I'm really curious now, is there any other country where people are as crazy about insurances as Germans? I really doubt it. What do you say, Ivan? Are you getting an insurance yourself now?
This all too complicated and for pussies. I have best insurance right here. It's called fear. One-time fee only, always works, plus you look cool. Thanks for watching. До свидания.